Hey everyone, welcome to my second edition, my second go live. Hopefully this one is a little better. I've upgraded my equipment a little bit, but um, at least now I can see everything behind me, and I don't look quite so grainy, and hopefully I sound a little better. If you have problems at any point hearing me or seeing me, let me know because this is new. Today, I would like to talk to you about a few different things. I have my new series coming out. It's called Gulf Coast Reaper Chronicles, and I'm super excited about this because it's going to be kind of a lighter urban fantasy series versus just a regular cozy mystery series. Um, the reason I'm excited about that is because it offers me the chance to be a little more creative with the elements. It doesn't have to be quite so, hero finds problem, he finds murder. Murder is, we get a few witnesses, we get a few people that were, that they're probably the ones that did it. And we also get the opportunity to really broaden my horizons a little bit, which it's exciting to me. And these, she's going to be chasing, mostly solving. Um, hey, Kimmy, how are you? Glad to see you popping in. Um, I'm always excited to see people get to say hi. Um, anyway, with the Gulf Coast Reaper series, she's going to be able to actually help dead people, usually against her will, but she's going to help them with whatever problem it is that they have. Sometimes it's going to be solving their murder. Sometimes it's going to be other things. But, you know, not everybody's going to be super happy about being dead. And just like all of us, there's going to be cranky people. There's going to be, the first one is going to be a cranky old man, mad because, who he doesn't want to be dead. So she's going to have to do some convincing. But as a Reaper, it's her job to get him into the scepter and over into the next step. So she's going to have to do whatever it takes to get him there. Kimmy, do you have any questions that you'd like me to answer? And also, just real quickly, what is your favorite series of mine and why? Yes. The books will be, though they'll be in a series. I'm sorry, this is for Jocelyn. And yes, the books they'll be standalones. They'll be in a series. So there will be like a main story arc, but each book will be completely self contained. You'll be able to pick up pretty much, pick up any book and read it, and you'll have a beginning, a middle, and an end. If you want to follow the story arc, then you'd be best to start at book one, but you can read them in any order. Also, I have another paranormal women's fiction series coming up. I'm excited about that one because it's fun to be able to write about my own aches and pains and getting older. And I've had some broken things in the last couple of years. I broke my ankle and had to have. I now have titanium in it and 6 pins, and I broke my hip in a motorcycle crash, and because I was being dumb. I was racing on a closed course, and so now I have a brand new titanium hip, and so it's kind of nice not to have to think. When my other witches are out, they're dancing or they're doing whatever. I'm thinking, boy, it sure would be nice not to be able to do that without creaking a little bit. And with my older women, I can do that. Yeah, Jocelyn says that she gets a little irritated when they, I'm sorry, realize that you have to wait for the next book, then the next one, and then I typically stop. I tend to get lost too with series because I am so horrible about. I'm such a rabid reader that somebody's not putting another book out in another series for a few months. Sometimes I miss it, and then I'll see one 3 6 months later, and I'll be like, oh, I forgot about that series. So I can read the new one without, I can read them out of order and it's okay. Kimmy, you like the Witches of Keyhole Lake series? I'm putting the finishing touches on that one now, and on the next one on that one, Mocha's a Murder, and it's been super fun to write. I love my witches there. They're just awesome and they're sassy, and there's a cranky old lady that they're suspect, and yeah, that one. This is one of those where the killer actually surprised me at the end, so I had to go back and make a few changes through the book sh- because I didn't see it coming. I had it plotted. I knew who the killer was until that wasn't the killer anymore. Jocelyn says some witches are meant to dance under the stars, while some are just meant to add. Yes, add drinks to their potions. Yes, you're exactly correct. Sitting and drinking my potions is definitely best. What I'm best at now. Honestly, I'm afraid if I get up and dance too much, especially after a couple potions, I'll break something else. I can't afford to go down anymore. Kimmy, my favorite series. Um, that's a tough one. Kimmy wants to know what my favorite series is. That one's kind of a tough one because I think Witches of Keyhole Lake, those girls are second nature to me. But I also love my Enchanted Coast series. Destiny she's living the life. She gets to live on the beach. She has magic. She has mermaid friends, and she has a baby kraken that even comes and hangs out with her. And I really enjoy going to that series. That series is like going on vacation to me. And of course, my Shot of Midlife Magic series. That's also a big thing for me. I love writing that because for two reasons. One, yeah, she's my age and she's on the beach, so I'm the beach girl. In case you haven't noticed from reading my stuff. Um, but also, it lets me expand and write about dragons and a little bit of fantasy stuff that I can't really do in cozies. So that makes it really fun for me. It gives me that little break, like with the sea serpents. And I've had some people complain that there are too many characters in that series to keep track of, but because there are several different worlds that she goes between. Oh, goodness gracious, I'm spilling my tea. Because there are several, there's other world where she has to go. So there's characters there that she deals with, and so I try to keep it as minimal as possible while still making the world vibrant and round. Oh, the hidden videos. How do you get to watch my hidden videos? I only have one, and I only hid that one. I'm gonna start doing some of those, and then you'll be able to become a member of the channel. It's just gonna be a couple bucks, and I'm gonna start doing some special content there. What I'll be doing mostly is audiobooks that I haven't. I'm gonna start creating my own audiobooks. Maybe I'm gonna try, and I'll be releasing the newer series there first. They'll eventually be available on the YouTube channel, but my hidden content will be available to members before it's available. So basically, it'll be audiobooks that nobody else has access to. Not even the public actually won't have. They won't be publicly published until for at least a month or two before my members get it. Oh, and to finish that question, there is one hidden video now, and the only reason I hid it was because it was irrelevant. It was old. It was like a one-time announcement, and there wasn't any other content related to it. So rather than delete it, I hid it in case I wanted to pull it out for something later. Oh, thank you very much for becoming a member. Yeah, JC, you're actually my very first member, JC. Thank you. And to anybody else, if you do like to keep track of stuff, it does help me if you like, and if you like the video and you comment like you guys are, and then subscribe and hit the notifications, and then you'll know when I'm going live. But YouTube kind of likes to see us getting new likes, and I like to see us getting new likes because it means that I'm able to reach more people. And in the end, my goal is to share what I do with as many people as possible. I got a really, really sweet comment the other day from, I've actually had a few lately. And of course, I have, you got all my regular I say regular fans, are super important to me. I love all of you. But I got one from a lady who recently lost her husband. And she said that my audiobooks help, we're helping her kind of fill the time and get back things back to normal. That particularly hit home with me because someone very close to me just lost their husband, and I know that she also reads my books, so it's kind of more important to me now. I guess it's kind of at the top of my mind more, and that really hit home. And a lot of times I'll get readers emailing me saying, I'm sick, I'm bedridden, and your books help make my life better. That is like that hits me, right in the heart. That gets me. And so I love to hear from you guys. Whatever you're doing, it makes me feel connected, because a lot of times sitting here with this keyboard in front of me, just putting words on a page, it's hard to remember that it's a flow of information, not just something I'm throwing on a wall. It's something that I'm sharing with you. And so it's nice to hear from everybody and to hear feedback, even if it's bad feedback, because bad feedback helps me improve. Sometimes not everybody is gonna enjoy every series, and I understand that. I have, as Kimmy had asked a minute ago, I have favorite series that I like to write in, and then ones that I kind of think, well, I started her and I like her okay, but I'm not in love with her anymore. I'm not in love with the world anymore. Thank you, JC. I really appreciate that. Deborah, hey, just wanted to pop in and say hi. You love the Enchanted Coast series. Yes, I do know that. Uh, oh my goodness, yes, the weather sliding through the Gulf. Just Debbie had just voiced concerns about the weather coming through. It looks like right now it's going to go a little bit north of me. I'm kind of in Central Florida, around the Orlando area. So even when we get hurricanes, they have to be pretty big when they come on, when they hit land, in order to really tear us up. What we usually get is just mostly, we'll get some storm force winds, and anybody that experiences blizzards, you kind of know what those winds are about. And we usually get tons of rain, which is bad locally because we have the St. Johns River. I'm not anywhere near it, but it's it's not very far away. It's about 20 minutes away. And there are coastal areas there where the last storm we had, those 4 people were underwater for almost a month. And when I mean underwater, I mean they had 3 feet of water in their house because the St. Johns River came up so quickly. It's kind of they kind of haven't done a whole lot as far as infrastructure for the river, so it doesn't hold up well. But hopefully, all I'm going to get here, Tim, my significant other, went through and he trimmed all the trees back, and did some yard work and made sure that we don't have anything that's hopefully, knock on wood, going to fall on the house. Kimmy, you and you do lawn care, and you mow for acres and acres. Do you use one of those? This Kimmy says she does lawn care while she's listening to my audiobook. Do you use one of the stand up ones? Because those look so cool to me. The riding lawn mowers, those are neat too. But I've always, the ones that where you stand up on it and you have the handles like this. Do you use those kind? And I know there's a bit of a delay on the chat too, so it takes everybody a second. What I'm saying, it takes you a minute to react to. So, yeah, I'll go back to we're starting to get thunder. I just heard it and I saw lightning crack outside. The storm is probably getting ready to slide in. We're probably going to start getting some outer bands here soon. So if something happens and I have to cut this short, that's why. And then I apologize. If so, I'll let you guys know how everything goes once we're on the other side. Hopefully I won't. I'm usually pretty lucky here, and I'm on the same electrical grid as the hospital. So even when we do lose power, I'm fortunate enough that I'm one of the first grids that they bring back up. Oh, 0 turns. Kim says she doesn't have to use the the big mowers because you do 0 turns. I'm not sure. Huh. I'm not sure what that means. Oh, 0 turn. I bet that's a kind of mower. Got ya. Gotcha. Gotcha. Okay. Um, I thought my last chat, I had to apologize to you guys a little bit because I I can see the chat column over here, and I thought it was sort of, and I'm going to date myself here, really big time, but I thought it was like AOL, and the whole chat screen to the side was visible to all of you all. So I was just holding on, a conversation like we were all participating in it, and I'm new to all of this. This is only my second one, so I will apologize right now because I didn't know that. Oh, okay. And yes, it was the easy maneuver. And Kathy, thank you for coming in. I'm glad that you enjoy my books. Um, I have a few questions though, like for you guys, as far as the direction that I want to go. When I write a new series, I always try to write like the first 2 or 3 books first, so that I kind of bring everybody in before I kind of put them into the rotation with my other series. How do you guys feel about that? And like, how long between one book in a series, a book 6 in a series and a book 7 in a series, how long is okay? Because I've been doing 6 months to a year in each series, and I'm not sure if maybe I should shave it down, shave a few of my worlds down so that I only have, say, 3 or 4 series going, so that I can produce them more often? Or is it okay with you guys to wait 6 months or a year? It seems so odd to me to ask that question because when I was young and I would wait a year for a new book to come out in a series in it, but now we live in such a right now type of world where everybody's used to the instant gratification that, and I'm guilty of it too. um, I want a book right now. But is like 6 months too long to wait for a series, for a book in another series while I'm releasing, say I write a Keyhole with, Lake, and then an Enchanted Coast, and then a paranormal women's fiction, a shot of midlife magic. Does that sound reasonable? Just let me know in the comments. That would be great. And also, Tim has been super busy creating some merchandise. He made we get a lot of comments on Aunt Addie's "you need to get your poop in a group" comment, and so he has made a T-shirt with that on it, and I'm excited. That's, if you go to teganmaher.com, it's in my shop. He's learning how to use Photoshop, and he's doing an amazing job. I have no idea. I'm horrible at tech. It's all I can do to get a live stream started here right now. But yeah, he's got that. We got a couple coffee cups. We've got Rayanne's coffee cup from her coffee shop there, and I'm just kind of, not to be salesy, I'm just excited about all this stuff that we're coming up with to kind of broaden the stuff that we do. And I'm excited also that he's participating in it with me, and he's really working hard on it. As an author, it's really hard because we're everything. When we're with a publishing house, okay, Kimmy, you hate waiting, but it'll be worth the wait. That is so sweet. That's what most people say. And you guys, you have no idea how grateful I am that you do stick around for my series. Um, I I glanced down and I see my Chihuahua picture. I have a little old lady Chihuahua who's 18. And so that picture is kind of her. But I noticed Jocelyn actually messaged me last time and said it looked like I had bunny ears because the way the picture was positioned, all you could see was, you could see my head and then the ears were going this way. Oh, yeah, I'm having a horrible time here. JC. Yeah, she said that she doesn't like the way that if I have to, you will. I really appreciate that. Thank you. That's very sweet. And trying to, like, there's all these little cool things over here, all gadgets that you guys can't see. I wish that but there was a way so that we could all communicate kind of as in a chat, but I'm not seeing that. I guess that's probably why there's a Discord, Do you guys participate in Discords? Because that's something I wouldn't mind doing either. So we could all kind of go in and have, a group coffee chat or something in there so that we can all see what each other's saying. Hey, Kathy, welcome. It is good to see you again. Yeah, I know. I'm the same way, Jocelyn. Um, we all play Pokemon, and Jocelyn is a person that plays Pokemon with me. She started as a reader, and then I posted my Pokemon Go code online, and we kind of, especially with the COVID stuff, where they made Pokemon Go so that you could do stuff in game with virtual people. We kind of got to where we did some raids and stuff, and there's a couple of Discords that I'm on, and it gets so confusing. There's so many platforms because now there's YouTube, there's Discord. I mean, you've got, of course, a million different channels you follow on both of those, and then Facebook, and it's just too much. Everybody, I get, you should be on Pinterest, you should be on Twitter, you should be on Instagram, you should be on all these different platforms. And I just can't do it. I would prefer to keep it. Going on YouTube was a very conscious decision because I wanted to be able to not spread myself too thin and still participate, still interact with you guys. So, Kimmy Lee. Oh, thanks, Kimmy, for stopping by. I'll see you next time. Thank you for stopping in. It was good to see you. The next book coming out will be the next paranormal women's fiction book, the Shot of Midlife Magic book. I'm excited to go back to Jules. I had planned for it to be Candy says, I'm sorry, Candy says the weight adds to it, and that makes me happy. I hate to I hate to make you wait, but I'm glad that it's not horrible. Anyway, with the next Shot of Midlife Magic book, we're kind of stepping out because we solved the whole Drake issue in the first 3 books. So now we have a new problem coming at us. We have a new threat that's gonna, take a few more books to resolve. But we'll also, each of those books will be a standalone. They'll have their own problem in the book that's started, dealt with, and finished. But then there's going to be an overall story arc too. And then you guys I put the poll up on here for the Rebel Souls versus the Gulf Coast Reaper Chronicles. And I also did the post, did the poll in my newsletter, which you can join from my website. I kind of do those to keep people up to date a little more. I don't know about you guys, but I follow people on YouTube. I follow them on their newsletters. I follow them on Facebook, and sometimes I still miss notifications, but usually I'll catch one, I'll catch their announcements in one of the 3 spots. So I always like to tell you guys, if you want to follow me in my newsletter, it's quick, it's easy. I don't do any spammy stuff. And basically it's just news and information. And I also have a cool trivia section where I explain, I share stuff. You wouldn't even believe the stuff that I find when I'm researching books. It's insane. With the things that I search, it's a wonder that I'm not on 7,000 watch lists. You hear, I was searching it last night. I was like, how long does it take belladonna to kill you? What's the most poisonous plant to humans? How long does it take to process, belladonna out of the liver? I'm sure I'm on a million watch lists. And Deborah says it's kind of like I'm reading the book. Okay, and you get so invested in the characters, they become family. You get to the end of the current series, and they leave you forever, or for a while. Okay, yeah, not fun. I know. I always have that problem too, especially when you close that story. I call it my book hangover, because especially when a series ends. I get it. I get it when a book ends, but when the series ends with, okay, I'm showing my nerddom here, but with Harry Potter, my son grew up reading that series. I started reading the first book to him, and it was the first whole adult book, full book that he read on his own. And it kind of made me super sad because I'm venturing off on things here, but I worked 2 jobs. Usually I was a single mom bringing him up. and I would usually work 2 jobs, and he would always wait up for me to get home from my serving or bartending job. And I would read to him for, a little bit before he went to bed. He was always a reader. Well, we've been reading the first Harry Potter book, and we were on like chapter 8 or chapter 9. And I got home, and for the first time ever, he was asleep and had read ahead without me, and that killed me. But anyway, when Harry Potter, when that series ended, I was sad for probably a week afterwards. I had this huge hangover where I missed the world so much. And the same thing with the Twilight books. The movies, I'm in the air about, but the books, I really enjoyed the books. And Jocelyn says, "Oh, the cool trivia that I put on." Jocelyn also subscribes to my newsletter, so she says my cool trivia in there is awesome. I like to find cool stuff. I'm a researcher and a learner at heart, so it's really easy for me to fall down rabbit holes. I'll start looking. What did how would an 18th century person speak, or how would they say this? And then I wind up down the whole rabbit hole, and it's 3 hours later because I've been following the logical trails. I'll click one article to the next. Oh yeah, no spoilers, Jocelyn. You don't have to worry about that. Especially no, you'll never get spoilers to me unless it is like in the hidden content. JC had mentioned, I am going to be doing, for those of you that have just kind of joined in, I will be doing the live content, or the hidden content. And JC, are you still with us? Oh, you are. Try to look to see what time it is. Okay, it is 5:30, and it is getting ready to storm really hard here, and I need to go out and make sure that everything's down, and I need to go let dogs out, so that I don't have to drive, because my dog, my little Chihuahua especially, will not go out in the rain. So I'm going to go ahead and close the chat out right now. I'll take one or two more quick questions. Oh, Jocelyn, thank you so much. Yes. And also, thank you, JC, and thank you, Ken. Kimmy's already gone. Thank you, Kathy. Oh, by the way, Kathy, it's nice to see you joining me again. I really appreciate that. It's nice to I'm always afraid. My biggest fear is that nobody's going to show up because I'm so new. So I appreciate the fact that you guys do come in. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and go for now so that I can make sure that I've probably got to go through my round little patio cafe table. I'm probably going to just throw it in the pool so that it doesn't get tossed around the yard or through my back window. So go out and make sure everything's nailed down before it starts raining, because it sounds wicked out there already. So I will see you guys on the other side of the hurricane. And thanks again for joining me. And I'll be streaming again. I'll be streaming again Friday. And it's probably going to be a little bit later because I've had some people say they can't make it because of work. So I might be doing 6 or 7 Eastern time. And at that point, I'm going to be actually doing a book reading of my Paranormal Artifacts series. It'll be a 1-hour reading, and see if you guys are interested. So thanks a lot, and I look forward to seeing you guys then. Until then, stay safe, happy reading, and I love all you guys.